This forecast is underwritten by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi and the MyBlue mobile app for people on the go. More at bcbsms.com.
Some stormy weather lingering as the night goes on, and then pleasant weather conditions coming back through for Saturday and Sunday. More active weather across the state by early next week. Holding on to a chance for showers and thunderstorms in the Oxford area through the night, and then quick clearing through Saturday. Overnight low 60s, that Saturday high nice in the low 70s. Greenwood area, a chance for showers and a few thunderstorms through the night, a low 60s. Becoming mostly sunny on Saturday, the high 75, and dry weather Sunday, the high low 70s. Cannot rule out a couple of showers in the Natchez area through the night, a low mid-60s. Expecting dry weather for this weekend, the high 75 to 80. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore. This is Think Radio.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Under the Lights, show number 13 on the season out of 14. And what a night it has been. Russ Robinson with you, along with our producer, Chris Saxton. Ty Bailey is on the phone. I knew Greg Flynn was in the house when I saw the Go Mizzou tag outside.
MIZ. Take down the Sooners tomorrow.
I can only hope at this point. Not real happy with them, and glad to have your son Jack with us tonight. We're not with George Broadstreet tonight. It's like first time.
Hey Jack, here's some more scores.
20 years that George has been out. You know, he went to go see his son in Arkansas. There's no room for this kind of thing in this business.
That's like scheduling a wedding on a college football Saturday. You don't schedule things on Friday nights in the fall when you got Friday night under the lights, right?
That's right. I mean, that's a given.
It is a given.
Yeah,
should be.
He'll start his new count over next week when he returns. See how many years he can go. Greg, of course, a lot of games have been settled. MAIS had a lot of games going to JA. And
well, yes, with the 19 championships that I think the MAIS was handing out this year. You get a trophy, and you get a trophy, and you get a trophy.
And you go sit down. Okay?
Yeah, and you don't, and you don't, and you don't.
But Philip Palmetry sent me. That was a classic last night between Leake and Tri-County.
Yeah.
And I mean,
high drama.
Tri-County just took it to him the first time this year. But he sent me the cut. I've got it on my phone. I may even play it over the air. I'm not sure. But Philip calling a state championship because Leake had Tri-County down. And we're going to have both Philip and Cliff Parker, yes, thank you, to come on tonight and talk about that game. But they had Tri-County down 20-8. Tri-County takes the lead in the fourth, 24-22. And with no time left, a 37-yard field goal for Leake.
Walk it off, baby. Walk it off.
And you know, their quarterback up there, Wilcox, has been all year and all world. He wins up with a state championship. And then we have another classic tonight with Brandon and Oak Grove.
We watched the stream of that thing. Jake Wimberly, what a call he had tonight. That thing was crazy back and forth, and Brandon comes up with a huge comeback win in overtime, 30-27.
Now, I was talking to your son Jack, who's to my left tonight. You can't see him in the screen, but he said that Jake said, Gulfport, we're coming after you.
Yes, indeed. I can't remember the last time. It's been so long. I can't remember the last time Gulfport played in the South State.
It's been a long time.
Yes, I mean, that's a great deal for the Admirals.
Okay. All right. Well, Brookhaven is another team that played tonight and did well. And, you know, we knew this a good football team early on. Will the Thrills going to join us now? And I know you've got a report on that Brookhaven game.
Well, I tell you what a way to end my 59th birthday. Brookhaven just put the rain, steam, and dry clean on Wayne County to the tune of 42-7.
Ooh,
Goodness gracious.
gracious man. Is that offense was rolling or the defense or both?
Even though it was both, and I can't lie about that one. Even the defense got in on the scoring with the pick six and had actually three of them. Two of them were called back, but as I said a couple of weeks ago, defense wins championships.
Yep.
And I tell you what, I've never seen a defense that is so aggressive. They fly to the ball. The closest thing I've ever seen to a defense like this, if you remember, I think it was 2004, the year that Brookhaven won state.
Yep.
Proline had a defense where they went in and shut out like 13 of the 14 opponents that they played that year. It's the same kind of aggressiveness I saw 20-something years ago that I've seen all this season for Brookhaven. And now we just await the winner of, and I say we because this is my hometown. This is where I live. This is where I work.
Right.
We await the winner of Stone and Laurel next Friday here in Brookhaven.
Well, you know who won that one.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say Laurel won.
Laurel won.
Jack, what was the score of that Laurel Stone County game?
I think it was 24-21.
Okay, so.
But I'll tell you something. You saw something tonight that I've never seen. And, I'm coming up on game 6,000 in my career. And I've never seen this. But 3 pick sixes in one game?
Well, he said two got called back.
Well, I know penalty. 2 got called back, but at least they had the other 2 ran for the touchdown, right, Will?
The first one got ran for a touchdown. The second one got picked off, and he was getting ready to score. The officials threw flags on both of them and called them back, said that Brookhaven was holding, but that's okay. The offense made up for it, so that's what you do. Offense became defense, defense became offense. So hats off to Coach Darian Dorsey and his first year as head coach, replacing the legendary Tucker Peavy, who retired prior to this season. As the old saying goes, Big Red just keeps moving on.
I tell you, it would seem weird to me to see a Brookhaven game without Tucker being down there. I bet that's been an adventure for you. You are going to have to play.
Yeah, Laurel won 24-21 over Stone.
And you know how good Stone is. Yeah.
So tornadoes. You got to take down a tornado to get to the state championship. Yeah.
Well, Will, thanks a lot for that report, my friend. Keep feeding us the scores, brother.
Well, I will. Talk to y'all later.
Okay, man. Bye-bye.
Hey, so I'm looking at the 3A playoff here. Noxubee County came back late on a Hail Mary, it looks like, and Noxubee beat Choctaw 34-33.
Oh.
Choctaw had a 33-28 lead late in the fourth, and the Chargers go down.
Some of these games have been very, very close tonight, and some of them have not. Who was that? Macomb. Was it Ridgeland that was playing Macomb? I think it was.
No, Poplarville.
And
Poplarville, Macomb.
Well, that's the one that Ty Keys played in, right?
He did, yes. And he played a lot. And it was Poplarville beats Macomb 55-20. Ty Keys, 429 yards rushing. 7 touchdowns.
Whoa!
7 touchdowns for Mr. Keys.
Wow.
Amazing.
That was, wow, they put it to the Tigers. Okay, we got a lot of folks calling in tonight. If you want to call in tonight, you're certainly welcome to do that. Call 877-MPB-RING. And we certainly would like to talk to you about your school. Maybe you're sitting there going, I've never called the show. And, we'll have phone lines. Ty Bailey is back there working on them. I do know this. I'm not sure of the score. ACCS beat Marshall. You remember Marshall was kind of hoping to play down.
Yeah, Marshall's the one that wouldn't run a play, right? That they refused to run a play in the second half, and
something like that.
I kicked him out of the playoffs. I would have.
The problem with you, Greg, is people just don't know where you stand on an issue.
Well, you can't do that. I mean, that's never mind the spirit of the game, but what are we doing? What are we teaching the kids?
And then it backfires because they play in the lower division and got beat. So, well, because Marshall's coach wasn't there tonight. So, that's interesting. But ACCS has churned out the last couple of years a couple of championships. As we mentioned, Leak beat Tri-County, and we're going to have Philip Palmertree on along with Clip Barker on that one. And also, we got a Crazy Eights report tonight that beats the band. I mean, both J.C. Fox and Barry Gaston were out there covering those games. Tallulah went down this year. I was kind of hoping they would pull it off, but they went down this year. And I believe River Oaks was the winner, and we'll have those rescore. Look, they got 11:30, their normal report.
Yeah.
They may be here all night.
Hey, we do have the North and the South set for 7A in MHSAA, and so we told you Brandon beat Oak Grove 30-27 at Oak Grove in overtime. They will play Gulfport. Gulfport destroyed Petal this evening, 45-10. So the South State is set. Brandon, I believe, will go to Gulfport. I believe.
Yes, that is true.
And then over in the north, Tupelo took out Germantown 35-28. Tupelo ran for 387 yards tonight.
Against a very good defense.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that the Mavericks were struggling with a little bit this year. They could light up the scoreboard on offense, and then they had to hold on for dear life in a lot of these games. But Tupelo, what a 387 rushing yards. So it's going to be a really all north as Tupelo is going to play Oxford as Oxford beat Horn Lake 37-27. Knox Kiffin, despite his jaunts over to Baton Rouge on Monday, came back and won his playoff game. So it'll be Oxford against Tupelo.
Oh, will that be a classic or what?
Yeah. Hey, this will be Knox Kiffin's last shot because for all intents and purposes, they just came across that the offer on the table from LSU to Lane Kiffin is $90 million. Will be $90 million. I think the offer is over 6 years, so it's close to $15 million a year. And they're going to offer him, insure $25 million to the roster
for like
every year.
The portal,
NIL portal, signing recruits out of high school. They're guaranteeing him $25 million a year to spend on the roster.
You know who gets the bum into this deal? Mike the Tiger's not going to have near enough to eat that he's had.
He's going to get really skinny because they can't afford beef to feed him now. Wow. He better like chicken thighs because that's all they're giving Mike the Tiger.
Now, that you saw that report today?
I did. That's come out tonight. Somebody leaked the deal out, and I think for all intents and purposes, the fact that Ole Miss came out today and said, "Well, Lane's going to make his announcement on Saturday, a week from tomorrow, after the Egg Bowl." They want him to coach the Egg Bowl because they need to win to get into the college football playoff.
Yes.
But then I think he's probably saying, "Adios, I'm headed to Baton Rouge."
I cannot believe that. I'm sorry.
It's hard to turn down $90 million. I mean,
that I don't find so hard to believe.
Right. I mean, and
so plus, so is Knox, though? He's not a senior, is he?
No. I think Knox is only a sophomore. Yeah. So he'll be playing for whatever academy or somebody over there in Baton Rouge next year, I believe.
Maybe the Academy Arts played for.
Well, Lane can buy a school, at this point now. So whatever he wants to do. Son, where do you want to go? All right, I'll buy it.
All right, let's get to some other scores here.
Let's see. I think we had Taylorsville beat Lee County 36-0. Calhoun City beat LaFleur County 30-6. Hattiesburg advances. They beat Pascagoula tonight, 35-20. We mentioned the Poplarville score, 55-20 over Macomb. Simmons beats Nanawaya, 20-8. West Point, a big winner, 37-0 over Pontotoc. Ridgeland, 55. Neshoba Central, 45. Again, Noxubee, 34-33 over Choctaw. Warren Central, 24-7 over Lake Cormorant. Louisville, 34. Clarksdale, 16. And the last one I had over here, Seminary, 15. Franklin County, 3.
All right, we're going to step away, take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll go to the phones. Tonight's show
Ty Boyles up there.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
He said.
Yes. Tonight's show being made possible by Cricket Wireless. This is the time, folks. Cricket Wireless. It's the holiday season.
Hello, Mississippi. Did you know that the average student graduates college with $30,000 worth of debt? That amount of debt can delay major life milestones, including getting married, buying a home, and starting a family. But don't worry, we've got some good news for you tonight. College Savings Mississippi and Treasurer David McRae can help you reduce or eliminate that debt. Their plans are flexible and affordable. Start saving for as little as $25 today. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more. If the money's yours, you should have it. That's why State Treasurer David McRae has returned a record $80 million in unclaimed money to Mississippians. And there's hundreds of millions more, maybe with your name on it. Check the list. Visit www.treasury.ms.gov and see if you have any of the unclaimed money. Each year, banks, utilities, businesses, brokers, and insurance companies turn over millions of dollars to the state because they're not sure who is entitled to the funds. Treasurer McRae has an entire unclaimed money staff waiting to take your claim and return your money. Check the list today. Treasury.ms.gov.
Welcome back to Friday Night Under the Lights, made possible tonight by Malone Roofing. Malone Roofers are more than just roofers. They're a part of your community. All right, let's go to the telephone. Ty Bowles is with us. Ty, what game are you following tonight?
I wasn't following either one. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do another Civil War reenactment tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it in Gainesville, Louisiana tomorrow.
Okay. Well, the Tigers ended their season, right? And they took the collar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any news coming out over there?
No, not yet. If I find out something, I'll let you know.
All right, take us out.
No! Look at the horse! Beat them there, Charlie Yankees!
Thanks, Ty.
M-I-Z. See, when I say M-I-Z, Russ, I got to teach you. You got to come back with the Z-O-U.
Yes. Or
I need
M-O-U-S-E.
I need the... No. They're not playing Texas tomorrow, so you need to be rooting for them.
That's cold. True, but cold.
Because you know you want them to beat Oklahoma.
Oh, yes.
Come on now.
I do want them to beat Oklahoma. I tell you, let's bring in Johnny Mims. You and I are going to be working in a couple of weekends, the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game.
And then the Blackwell,
North-South.
North-South.
And The executive director of the MAC is Johnny Mims, and he joins us now. And Johnny, have you been following any of these games here the last day or so?
Yeah, Russ. We've been all over it right now. So we had some really, really good games, tonight, and just some surprises that we thought. But man, what good football! We really, really had a lot going on.
It's a big win for Brandon tonight.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. There was an overtime win. Oak Grove got it first, and they stopped him. They kicked the field goal, and I think Brandon got the ball on the 10, and 3 plays they punched it in.
Wow.
Yeah, Johnny, that was weird. The way that they did I couldn't remember because I haven't seen an overtime game in so long, but they start at the 10, and they're like, all right, you got 4 plays to score.
Yep.
And I like that better because it keeps the game moving faster.
And on the second time, if they both do the same thing, either they both score the same amount, they make them go for 2 on the next one. So that's interesting. Now, some of these guys, Johnny, are going to be in the MHSAA game and in the Bernard game. Is it possible that somebody might not, maybe they're injured or something, may not be able, that you had picked to be in these games that can't play, that you could use some of these kids you saw and heard about tonight?
Oh, yeah, Russ. Sometimes that happens. In the past, we've obviously our Mississippi-Alabama game is the first game. It's a week after the championships on December 13th. And obviously, we still got, 2 more rounds to go. And if one of these young men get hurt before that weekend, then, our coaches have the right to jump down and grab one of the guys off of the North or either South team, Bernard Blackwell. So, they're aware of that, and it's happened before. Some years when we have to flip flop, and when the Alabama schedule doesn't match up with ours, we roll our Bernard Blackwell game first.
Right.
And in some cases, we've had play our North-South game and have to take one of the kids that played in that game and play him the following week in the MHSAA game. So that's happened before. So. Yeah, we make it work, and obviously our coaches are all in, and they know who they want and who's next in line, and as me and you've discussed before, lots of talent in the state of Mississippi.
But hey, Johnny, what I really am impressed with, and maybe you can explain the process to the folks that are watching and listening, is the fan vote for the last couple of players to get on the roster for the North-South game.
Yeah, we started that last year, and it was a success for us. And what we do is, the coaches, the media, and our committee are the ones that pick their teams. And of course, we always, you take 42 players for the MHSAA game, you take 45 for the North and South. That's 90 more players. And so you're talking about 130 to 135 All-Stars we have. We have over 700 nominees that are seniors that play football. So we can't take everybody, of course. So we kind of opened it up last year and said, hey, let's have a fan vote. Let's see who's popular in the North and who's in the South. We can do that. That's our ball game. So we've done it, and that's been a tremendous success. I mean, they go in, and a lot of these schools get behind these young men, and they vote for them, and obviously, I think the deadline is 12 o'clock tonight, and so Monday we will reveal who's a winner from the North and who's a winner from the South, and they get to be on the roster and participate in the ball game. So,
hey, Johnny, how do they, with an hour and a half left in the voting, how do they vote if anybody wants to stack the ballot box really late?
Well, they go to our website, mscoaches.com, and they can go to the North-South game, Bernard Blackwell game, and there's a link on there that says fan poll. Of course, they can go to our Twitter site, pull it up on our social media site on the fan vote. So, it's an easy process to do it. And, so yeah, they can get to that easy. And, we also do a favorite band. So, we have, bands out there voting, and whoever gets the most votes for a band, we present them $1,000 check at halftime. So
wow.
That's been very popular. So
that's Russ's money, right?
That's right. Take it away from Russ and give it to a bank.
That's right, and it's a well-deserving cause.
Yeah.
Well, now this is our year to have it in Mississippi, Johnny. We want everybody to go to the game. Of course, they can watch the game. It'll be a Friday Night Under the Lights production, and it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, FridayNightUnderTheLights.com. Everybody's going to be able to see it. And but there's nothing like being there, and we've talked about that over the years. And when we play at Southern, man, our side it looks good with fans that are there. So we want to encourage the people to get there. The weather should be good from what I'm hearing. So we'll see.
Yeah, Russ. Always, a home crowd's always an advantage to us. So obviously we would love to have a big crowd. We average somewhere between 12 and 15,000 at the ball game. So, and if it's a pretty day, maybe a little bit more than that. But it's always good to host, always good to play it at home. And, if you're a football fan, you want to come out and just see the talent level, it steps up a notch. Every one of these players are Division I players, either committed to or in-state, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Southern, Alabama, I can go on, Auburn, Clemson, Notre Dame, all, so there's again, as you well know, Russ, you do the game for me, the rosters on these teams are just unlimited, and you'll see, I was telling somebody the other day, 4 years ago, in 2015, we had A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf.
Oh, that was a sick team. That was a sick team.
15, Jeffrey Simmons.
It was loaded.
The kid, Raheem, that went to Alabama. He's in the pros now. I mean, I can go on. I think we had 6 on that one team, just the Mississippi team.
Yeah.
That were like first-round picks, second-round picks. And, of course, I'm not even talking about Alabama. But
we don't like to talk about them.
Exactly. But the talent level, is when you have linebackers that can run as fast as your running backs and your receivers, is that next level. I think this is their first experience to see that how just the game is just a step quicker. And even though these kids are just so talented and big and strong nowadays, it's just unbelievable. And what's amazing to me is they come together in a week, and we spend a week down there, and they're already running, plays and picking up the IQ of these young men on the football field is just off the charts of what they can do. So it's just impressive.
Well, Johnny, we're going to cut you loose. We're going to get over and find out what happened at Warren Central tonight. And we appreciate you coming on tonight. We'll be talking with you, of course, as the games get closer. But you do a great job with these games. It's an honor for me to be there. And it's just the games are just run so well when you have them here in Mississippi. And I would encourage people to come out and support these kids.
Well, thank you, Russ, and appreciate what you do for high school football and all of our coaches out there in the state. I know we all look up to you, and you're kind of the father for all of us. You've been doing it so long, and we just can't say enough about what you do on the Friday Night Lights and you and your staff to make this happen. So thanks from us.
All right, Johnny. Thank you so much, my friend.
Look, we don't have the Macy's Day Parade until next week, and Russ's head is about the size of Snoopy as they're walking him down New York City right now.
Go get some ropes.
Oh, Johnny. Johnny is awesome.
All right, let's go to Brandon Davis, who, boy, Brandon, back in August, we wouldn't be talking about this, but we're talking about it now. These Vikings are for real.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I want to, if your head was big from talking to Coach Mims, I want to pop it because you're making me follow Coach Mims.
It's a tough act.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, George. I mean, come on, George. I mean, you can do better than this. I mean, I'm having to follow legends the entire season. And I have to follow Coach Mims now?
Well, it's because you can. I mean, so that's why we do that. Big night for the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, yes, sir, it was. Vikings able to get a 24-7 win tonight over Lake Cormorant, and Nash Morgan just continues to impress. He was responsible for all 3 touchdowns. Listen to this, guys. He ran for a touchdown, he threw for a touchdown, and then he caught a touchdown pass from his freshman brother. So he is up to 32 or 33 total touchdowns on the season. And this is a Viking defense that Cormorant came in tonight. They were averaging about 330 yards on the ground. and 31 points a game. The Vikings shut them down, only gave up 7 points. They gave up a 23-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, and it just became an all-out fist fight of a ball game. Coach Nestor just has done a phenomenal job up there. And Tylen Matthews, I don't think that kid from Carmeret gets enough attention with what he did this year. But Vikings did a great job of containing him and shutting him down, and we will play for the North State next weekend.
That's awesome. Brandon,
they get to host Ridgeland. Ridgeland will come to their place.
Yeah, so Ridgeland scored a few tonight. Thank you, Brandon. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. Got a lot to be thankful for. All right, we're going to take a time out. When we come back, we'll go back to the telephones. I think Jake Wimberly is out there. He may be walking around on 49 right now, trying to get more interviews. We'll take a time out. Tonight's show made possible by the College Savings Program and David McRae, the State Treasurer of Mississippi. We'll be back.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools in South Mississippi like Gulfport, Moss Point, and Ocean Springs stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
Hello, Mississippi. Did you know that the average student graduates college with $30,000 worth of debt? That amount of debt can delay major life milestones, including getting married, buying a home, and starting a family. But don't worry, we've got some good news for you tonight. College Savings Mississippi and Treasurer David McRae can help you reduce or eliminate that debt. Their plans are flexible and affordable. Start saving for as little as $25 today. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more.
At Mississippi Public Broadcasting, we tell local stories that matter. Educational and entertaining television, radio, news, and podcasts. We have something for everyone. So tune in and enjoy all we have to offer. Every day, MPB. Your stories, our mission.
Welcome back to Friday Night Under the Lights. We are minus George Broadstreet tonight, who's on assignment tonight. So I was seeing his son up in Arkansas. So Greg Plynn, who will be calling the games with me, coming up the All-Star games, is with us here tonight. His son Jack is here. He's helped out on the scores, and also J.C. Fox will be in at 11:30 tonight. I mean, he's here now, but boy, does he have a lot of stuff to get to. It's been a wild 3 days for him on Crazy Eights, so we'll catch you all up to date on that. But right now, let's go to the telephone where Mike Peterson from Hattiesburg. Mike, we would not have had this conversation in August.
Absolutely not. But I tell you what, hey, like the saying goes, it's not how you start, it is how you finish. And right now, we are finishing very strong. So we beat Pascagoula tonight by a final score of 35-20. In fact, had a big 35-7 lead. Kind of got a little lackadaisical in the last 8 minutes of the ball game. Pascagoula tacked on two touchdowns. But I tell you what. our offense is rolling right now, and we were still down 2 starters again tonight. Our starting running back Hayden Leverett did not play, and our 5-star wide receiver and Tennessee commit Tristan Keys, he's still out with a knee injury. So hopefully we'll get him back next week. But Russ, like Coach Vance said last year when we made it to South State, there's nothing better for a high school coach or a high school player to be practicing the week of Thanksgiving.
That's exactly. I totally agree.
Hey,
Tony
Mike,
loved that week.
Mike, this is Greg Flynn. The opponent next week for you, Picayune.
Hey, I tell you what, it's a rematch from last year. We went down there and beat them by a final score of 39-35, and Picayune got the ball down to the 5-yard line last year and threw a pass that kind of fell incomplete. We was able to squeak that one out. So, I'm looking forward to it. Next week, we may be tailgating Thanksgiving Day out there.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I'm telling people right now, if your team is not playing next week, come to Hattiesburg. I mean, bring leftover turkey sandwiches or whatever. It's gonna be fun next week.
And Hattiesburg will host that game. Picayune has to come to Hattiesburg.
That's correct. We went down there last year, and it's Region 3's turn to host it this year. And I tell you what, in all seriousness, you better get there. You better get there about 4:00 Friday afternoon because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a fun atmosphere. I mean, I wish we could suit it up and play right now.
No, your kids need a rest. Trust me.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, it was a huge win for you because Pascagoula has really had a good season, and we were talking to Ainsley Brent, who covers the coast for us last week, and she was pretty excited about Pascagoula and Gulfport, and Gulfport.
And
wow.
Go ahead, and I'll tell you this. They said this was Coach Lewis Sims, the coach of Pascagoula. His final game tonight said he was retiring, and what a class act he is.
Yes, always has been, always.
And also, before I let you go, I want to send out prayers to the quarterback from Pascagoula tonight, Jared Loper. He suffered a stinger. He's going to be okay, but he was taken off the field in an ambulance tonight. But prayers go out to him.
Absolutely, Mike. Well, enjoy your turkey, but enjoy your next Friday even more than that. We will talk to you after that game tomorrow, next Friday on Friday Night Under the Lights.
Looking forward to it. Y'all have a great weekend.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. You do a little Black Friday shopping. You get ready to go out. Watch the Hattiesburg Tigers play.
I agree with him. If you're going that game, you better get there early.
Well, the Final Four in 6A, and if you want, I can run down all of the classifications here. But in 6A, again, you just heard it'll be Picayune at Hattiesburg for the South State. North State is going to be Ridgeland at Warren Central. 5A, Holmes County will be at West Point in the north. And in the south, Laurel will be at Brookhaven. 4A, Kosciuszko will play at Louisville. And Poplarville will travel to Columbia. 7A, Brandon will go to Gulfport. Oxford will be at Tupelo. In 2A, Kemper County will play East Webster at East Webster. Mize will be at Heidelberg. 3A, Noxubee County will be at Winona. Seminary will be at Raleigh. And in 1A, Calhoun City will travel to take on Biggersville. And Taylorsville will meet Simmons in the south portion of that.
Thank you very much, Greg. Last night, one of the best ball games so far, we talked about it early, Tri-County and Leake Academy, and Wilcox, the quarterback for Leake, and of course the trifecta that Tri-County has had, and it was going to be a classic. Phillip's joining us now, and I hope that Cliff Barker gets on too, because I wanted both of them to come on. But before we take Phillip, I want you to listen to his call on the winning field goal last night.
27 yards. We're ready. Here it comes. Snap, hold, kick. It's up. It's away. It It's good. The Rebels win the 3A state championship on a 27-yard field goal as time expires. League 25, Tri-County 24.
Well, the problem is Philip just doesn't get excited enough.
Well, he gave me goosebumps right there. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Let's bring him on. And good evening, Philip. How are you?
Give me about 30 seconds. I can get up to that level again.
Oh, pace yourself. Pace yourself.
It's a long time the next August, Philip. Well, I tell you, it was a classic. We knew it was going to be a classic. Because obviously they beat you last time in the regular season. What did you do differently last night that you didn't do the first time you played them?
The word coming out of camp, practice at Leak coming up to that game was there were three things that they wanted to do. As you mentioned, Tri-County just whipped Leak about a month ago, 52-18 over in Flora. And there were three big emphases. One was that Leak needed to match Tri-County's physicality, and they felt they just got pushed around a little bit. And looking at last night's game, Leak was able to do that. They ran, they had the ball almost 30 minutes in that game. So they kept the ball, kept drives going. The second thing was be patient. They got behind last time and felt like they started to press and trying to make too many big plays. And the big message to the kids coming into this championship game was trust your preparation, do what we do. The big plays will come. Just hang with the game plan. And then the third thing, and this is so strange that all three of these things worked out. Third thing was we got to have good special teams play. And that had hurt Leak in the previous meeting. Leak played pretty flawlessly in that respect, and of course, got that game-winning field goal. And that kicker was not available to play that night. He missed about 4 or 5 games with an injury. Just came back last week. So it was a great job of both preparation from coaches and the kids not letting that moment get too big for them. And being back in a championship game like that as they were last year, no doubt helped calm those nerves and jitters. They really responded and played just an incredible game. And as you mentioned, George Wilcox threw for 219 yards. But here's the thing. Coming into the game last night, he had run 32 times for 90 yards, short yardage type situations. Last night, he runs 38 times for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
So he accounted for 425 or so yards of practically the whole offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, I agree with Greg. You did an outstanding job, not only on that call, but the whole game. And I'm sitting there looking at the video that you sent me that I just played a moment ago, and I'm sitting there thinking the most nervous guy on that field was not the quarterback. It was not the running back. It wasn't the kicker. In my estimation, it was who took the snap.
Always.
I mean, don't you know his hands were shaking? 37 yards is a long way for a high school kicker.
It is. I mean, that's no gimme.
Well, and that was actually a little worse than that. Leak let the clock run down to 2 seconds, called the timeout to make sure, this attempt was going to be the last play. And then the ball was snapped, but there was an illegal procedure penalty on Leak. So the clock didn't move, blew the play dead. And the kid, Caden Stovall, made the kick the first time, and it was good, easily good, right down the middle. So you move it 5 yards back, and he's got to do it again. So the long snapper, the holder, and the kicker have to repeat the process one more time under that kind of pressure.
Ice in the veins, though.
Well, we're going to talk to Cliff in the next segment, get his take on it. But congratulations on the win. We got to get Caleb Hamill in here. You did a great job on the game, Philip, and we'll always have a place for you here on Friday Night Under the Lights.
Well, thank you for the kind words. It's been a fun ride. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to y'all most every Friday night.
All right, man. Enjoy basketball season.
Thanks. We will.
Let's go quickly to Caleb Hamill. And Caleb, where were you tonight?
Guys, only one team left in the Freestyle Jones, and that's Laurel, and they get a win tonight over Stone with a game-winning field goal. I felt like Philip Palmer Tree. They went at 24-21. I got to call that as they kicked it with 1 second left to win it.
1 second. Was it down between the bricks? Was it between the bricks?
No, that was over at Gulf Coast Community College, hosted by Stone.
Oh man, what a nice facility that is.
Yeah, now next game up, going to Brookhaven for South State.
That should be a
really a dandy. Yeah,
yes,
strap it on, Caleb. That one's going to be a tough one. Congratulations for the win, my friend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you next week.
You guys as well. Have a good one.
All righty. We're going to step out of here, take a timeout, and tonight's show made possible by the College Savings Program and also the Unclaimed Money Program, both from David McRae.
I actually got money back from the unclaimed money.
Really?
I did. You need to check your name. I'm sure there's all kinds of little nickels and dimes and stuff out there that got Russell Robinson's name on it.
I could use a nickel and a dime. We'll be back. Mississippi football families, have you thought about how you're going to tackle student loan debt? Don't do it on your own. Pass the ball to State Treasurer David McRae and his College Savings Mississippi team today. With College Savings Mississippi, you can lock in today's tuition rate, prepay college, and avoid student loan debt altogether. Don't let your finances get sacked because you didn't invest in your child's education. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more today.
At Mississippi Public Broadcasting, we tell local stories that matter. Educational and entertaining television, radio, news, and podcasts. We have something for everyone. So tune in and enjoy all we have to offer. Every day, MPB. Your stories, our mission.
Commercial roofing, reliable and durable solutions for your business. Residential roofing, protecting your home with quality craftsmanship. Metal walls, custom designs for a modern look. Emergency services, rapid response to protect your property.
After a recent hailstorm, I needed a total roof replacement. I chose Malone Roofing for the job, and my new roof looks great.
Contact us today for a free inspection. Visit www.ecmalone.com or call 1-833-7-MALONE.
Welcome back to Friday night Under the Lights, and got a lot going on tonight. A lot of playoff games, and one of those playoff games we just talked to Philip Palmertree. Let's bring Cliff Barker in here, who is the play-by-play voice for Tri-County. And I got to be honest with you, Cliff. This game really didn't turn out like I thought it would. What was the difference? I asked Philip this. What was the difference tonight, in your opinion, from the first time you guys played? this
well,
year?
The difference was, in my opinion, you took your big quarterback and put him out there and let him carry the load, 403 yards and responsible for all 3 touchdowns. And, I mean, it's just the fact is George Wilcox is a man. And when you're in the state championship, you can take risks with a quarterback that you can't take in the regular season. And I think that's the whole key. There's no way Wilcox does what he – and when I say this, don't get me wrong. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Wilcox, Leak, for Coach Pickens, everybody involved. But what Wilcox did last night is a one-off thing. Wilcox can't continue to do that, but he can do it in a state championship situation because that's the kind of player that Wilcox is, and he's that special. And Wilcox was the offense for Lake Academy last night.
But, we talked about Tri-County, and I've seen them. I think their defense is pretty salty. It must have been a really good game for Wilcox to run against that defense like that.
Oh, it was. I mean, he did a great job in the line. It was in. I have been the first person to say I knew that you would not see the same game again. I thought Tri-County had the edge. I truly did. But Leak had the perfect game plan, and it's a tough loss. But Leak's a deserving state champion. I have nothing but respect for those guys. Now, there's some other parts of the game I don't have a lot of respect for. If you've heard how it went last night, but the Leak Ball Club. Nothing but good things to say about them. That's a deserving state champion and a great ball club.
Well, and Tri-County over the years, they win with class, they lose with class, and you just retool and get ready for next August. And I tell you, Cliff, it's been great having you on the show this year and telling us about these guys because they have just done a tremendous job. And I called a game tonight in which Cooper Johnson was in and also the Hunt kid was in. They didn't get to play because they just came off the field last night. But great kids, great program. You do such a good job with the broadcast over there, and we thank you for taking time out of your Friday night every week this year.
Oh no, it's great. But I will say I do have to speak my piece. The one thing I do have to speak about is the NFHS replay rules need some tweaking. It was a travesty last night to see a group of kids think they've salted away another state championship to convert a first down only to see a replay and a holding call called on replay. That's the most heartbreaking way I've ever seen because at that point in time, Tri-County's able to kneel the ball, run the clock out, and win a state championship.
Oh, wait a minute, Cliff. Wait a minute. Are you saying that there wasn't a flag?
There was no flag.
And they went to the replay booth?
Went to the replay booth.
Well, that's some dirty pool right there. I got news for you. That doesn't smell right.
So once again, I'm telling you, this is no blame on Leak. I can't even blame the MAIS because we go by the NFHS rules, and that's what they say. Third down, and excuse if anybody says I don't get the details right, it's close enough. Third down and 9. With a couple of minutes left in the game, Tri-County throws a 15-yard pass, converts the first down. There's 2 minutes and some seconds left in the game. Leak has one timeout. Tri-County celebrates on the sidelines. Everybody thinks the game's over. We can run the clock out. Whistle blows, plays under review. 3 minutes later, the officials walk back out and drop a flag and say holding.
I did not hear about that.
That's absolutely heartbreaking for those kids. And as I say, this has nothing to do with Leak. Leak is, once again, Leak deserved everything they won.
But you know what, Cliff?
That is that's a terrible rule. If there's 7 officials on the field and one of those 7 officials doesn't drop a flag during the play, you cannot go to replay and drop the flag after you look at replay. You just can't do it.
That's a question. That's a good question. Look, we got to run. We got Jake Wimberley up, and boy, did they have a big win. But thanks for the heads up on that, Cliff. Have a great Thanksgiving, my friend. And hey,
August will be here before you know it.
Look, I'll be at Mississippi College tomorrow calling more games for the championships.
There you go. Thanks so much, Cliff.
See ya.
All righty. Okay. Jacob. The word has it, Jake, that you have said, Gulfport, we're coming for you.
Gulfport, we're on the way down. We're headed that way, Russ. I love shrimp po' boys, and I love football. We're going to get all of it next Friday.
You sure are. And you're also going to get a pretty hot football team, Jake. I mean, they have been kind of playing under the radar. But let's talk about tonight. You go into Oak Grove, and what was the difference between this game and, say, an earlier game?
Russ, first off, big shout out to Oak Grove. What a football team they've got, and what a program they've got. And you know, I think the difference in game one several weeks ago versus this week is several things. One, that was coming off 3 days of being removed of Lance Pogue, leaving the program, and there was a lot of shock and awe. There were 6 starters out of that game, and Oak Grove really kind of took it to us late in that game. But this game, Brandon played, and look, Brandon avoided some disasters. They had a punt block. They threw a couple interceptions, had a fumble in the play. So they turned it over 4 or 5 times tonight. And typically when you do that, you don't win football games. But they were tenacious and just continued to claw and fight. They had an interception return by the Hardy Bowles, 55 yards for a touchdown. Their kicker, Jace Eldridge, has been money through the playoffs. He is now 5 for 5 in 2 ball games. He had 2 more. 3 tonight that he hit, so he has been, a needed bump in the special teams side. And then Slayton Shack really found his groove tonight. He had a 65-yard touchdown strike to Duke Johnson, and then Tyson Robinson doing what Tyson Robinson does. And credit this coaching staff, Russ, for what they've been able to do with this football team and to get them to play just at the highest level, dialing up, a 2-point conversion tonight to really tie this thing when they were down by, 12 points at one point. So. Just an overall team effort, and obviously we joke on the broadcast. Gulfport is a great football team, and it's going to be a heck of an environment down there at Milner Stadium next Friday night.
Well, you've been there at Milner calling games with me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all, they're the hardest steps to get up in on the side of the press box over there.
Yes.
You need to have at least 30 minutes prior to the game to get up there. But
hey, Jake. Couple of things. I was watching your stream. Greg Flynn here. I was watching the stream tonight, and there were 2 times I think you about lost your mind. When Oak Grove converted a 3rd and 30 in the 4th quarter, and they went in. They got about 15 yards, and then they got a 15-yard face mask on top of that, which gave Oak Grove a first down, and they went down and scored to go up by 12. But then for you guys to come back and tie that game on the touchdown and the subsequent 2-point conversion, I was just thinking, man, that hair must have gotten a little mussed up when up there, because you were really beside yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Greg, you called these. Russ has called them. You know how it is. I mean, the ebb and flow, especially when you get into a game like that. You wouldn't want to see my hair right now, Greg. It's everywhere. It's all over the place.
Well, hey, the other thing I was very curious about, I was watching Shaq. He wears a Guardian cap. He was wearing a Guardian cap tonight.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes.
No, and it looks really good, and I was like, Jack was telling me, he's like, that's weird that he's wearing that. I'm like, I'm all for it if a kid wants to wear the Guardian cap.
I will never be a Guardian fan, as most of you know.
He's had some injuries this year, so this is just more of a precautionary deal for him. And he had, put it on tonight just out of precaution, but, played one of his better games of the year tonight.
Wow, what a night for you guys.
Unexpected, to be honest.
I think so.
Yeah.
And Jake, you've been around long enough to know how much fun it is the day after Thanksgiving to be playing high school football.
You just know as a Pearl guy, you guys can get to the state title game again, but you can't win it. I'm all for you getting there. Beat Gulfport next week.
That's right. Shots fired as always, Jake.
All right, Jake. Be careful coming home. We'll talk to you next week.
Will do, guys. Take care.
All right, when we come back,
we're going to have Jared Schatz, Ainsley Brent, and a whole lot of scores. Keep it right here. Friday Night Under the Lights continues in a moment.
One in 10 Mississippians has unclaimed money awaiting claim at the state treasury. There's literally hundreds of millions of dollars waiting to be united with the rightful owner. At www.treasury.ms.gov to search. You'll see your name and stake your claim by following these instructions.
You'll be asked for some basic ID like a copy of your license or a government-issued ID, then hit send. Treasurer David McRae has a dedicated unclaimed money team awaiting your claim, ready to return your money. Don't wait. Look for your name and stake your claim today. www.treasury.ms.gov. Hello, Mississippi. Did you know that the average student graduates college with $30,000 worth of debt? That amount of debt can delay major life milestones, including getting married, buying a home, and starting a family. But don't worry, we've got some good news for you tonight. College Savings Mississippi and Treasurer David McRae can help you reduce or eliminate that debt. Their plans are flexible and affordable. Start saving for as little as $25 today. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more.
Welcome back to Friday Night Under the Lights, the fastest 2 hours of sports in the state of Mississippi. And I think it's because everybody calls and we get to talk about some of these things these guys are bringing up tonight are unbelievable.
Crazy.
That call that Cliff Barker was talking about, I've never heard about that.
So we've got the 40-second clip.
Bobby Gross,
Yep.
who travels and produces Brandon. Let's hear it and see it.
Well, we won't see it. We'll just hear the
We'll
clip.
just hear the clip. Okay, here we go.
The Dogs are 3 yards away from a trip to the South State Championship. Got to protect the ball here. Robinson, second down. And got to keep it himself. Tyson, he's right at the goal line. He stretches, and he is in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They walk it off down in the Pine Belt. They're going back to the South State Championship. Hello, Gulfport. We're coming for you next, baby. We are on the way. Dogs walk it off tonight down in the Pine Belt. 30-27. Home.
I think there was a little Red Bull at play right there for Jake Wimberly.
How do we get such good sportscasters in this state? I mean, that just makes the hair stand up on your arm. And I'll tell you, another good sportscaster in the state is Jared Schatz. And he's been calling Germantown. And I think, Jared, kind of a surprise tonight.
Well, first off, great call by my buddy Jake Wimberly and Pervy Green and Chris Siebel here on the Brandon call. That was an outstanding game. End of that ball game was fantastic. I'm going to Gulfport. That's all I know now that our season's over. I'm going with those guys.
I would. I think you're going to see a really good game.
Hey, Jared.
Absolutely.
Jared, so Germantown falls at Tupelo tonight, 35-28, and I think the Achilles heel showed itself once again for that Maverick defense. They gave up 387 rushing yards. Is that correct?
Yeah, they had them right at close to 390. Look, it's a two-headed monster with J.J. Hill and Kylan Bobo. I mean, those are two Division I running backs, and they're just incredible behind a big offensive line. And you're right, Greg. Our biggest problem this year was stopping the run. We had our moments where we could, and then there were moments we were scratching our head. Our offense was really good all year long. Now, they may have had one game where they may have struggled in, but they were putting up over 40 points a ball game coming into this one. I didn't think they would get to that mark against a really good Tupelo defense, but able to put up 28 points. And, guys, we struck first. It was 7-0. Tupelo would reel off 14 unanswered, and we were tied at 14 at halftime.
Tupelo went up a touchdown to start the second half. We knotted it up at 21, and they got a 2-touchdown cushion, and we were trying to battle from behind. The biggest difference in this ball game is us not being able to stop the run. And on third down and long, we had some issues. Their blitz and our protection on third down was an issue. Tupelo is they're a bunch of bullies, man. There's a reason they're the defending 7A champs. It is going to be hard to knock them off the pedestal.
Well, I tell you what, you're right. If you get behind the chains, as it sounds like you did, King White is a really talented quarterback with his legs and his arm. But you get behind the chains a bunch of times, it's hard to ask a young man to bail you out time after time.
It is. There were some tough spots in the game on third and long. And we did a good job for the most part of staying ahead of the chains, but you get in third and 5+ against lockdown corners that Tupelo has and their tremendous defensive front, and you're really you're not in a good spot, and that happened a couple of times. And there were some times we had a chance to make a play on third down and just couldn't do it.
Well, I'll tell you, the Mavericks had a great season, Jared, and I know that you hated going down tonight, but now you got to shift your attention to the championship game. It's a week after next, and I'm telling you, so many people are excited about the fact that you're doing those games on MPB radio across the state, because a lot of those games, people are going and doing things and can't get to a TV necessarily. So we wish you well on that week. We are so glad that you were a part of our season this year, and you do a great job for the Mavericks, and I know you're going to do an outstanding job in 2 weeks for the state championships.
Well, thank you, Russ. We're excited to bring these games to the whole state of Mississippi, and 3 days of fun. And look, you guys, you take us through the season. Y'all do a tremendous job at Funnell, and as always, thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
You too, my friend. Enjoy the holidays.
See you, Shots.
Take care, buddy.
All right, let's we got Granny. Granny wasn't in the sticks tonight. He was
goodness gracious.
He was at Petal and Gulfport. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, man, I wasn't at the stick tonight. I was there last week, but I was at Gulfport tonight. Gulfport.
Are they for real, Granny? Are they for real?
Gulfport's good, man. They're good. They scored at will against Petal. I mean, I don't know what happened because I got sick during the game, so I don't know what happened.
Well, we're going to get Harold on here in a minute, and we'll find out. But, Brandon, I don't know if you saw it, but Brandon is headed to Gulfport next week. Yeah,
they are. I know the first half was better than the second half.
Well, I'll tell you that.
It was 21-10 at halftime. It was 45-10 final.
I'm not surprised necessarily, except for the score. I thought Petal would play them a lot closer, but that Petal team is a younger team, and they're loaded with D1 talent. So we'll look forward to seeing them. And I know you're going to be at a ball game next weekend, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Where's George at?
George is on assignment. He went up to visit his son for the holidays, so he'll be back next week. Thanks, Granny. Ainsley Brent, who may be walking on air down on the Gulf Coast, because Gulfport is as good as she said they were. Good evening.
I tried to tell y'all.
You did. You warned us.
I did. And let me just say, the first time since 1999, they're going to a semifinal game in football.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to remember, that it had been so long since Gulfport had made it. And, 1999.
25 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's when I was born. So that kind of blew my mind a bit. I could not be happier for them.
Oh, my.
Well, now they get to take on a Brandon football team that they're pretty tough, Ainsley. I mean, that's going to be one.
Oh, I know. I saw them last week.
Yeah, you sure did.
I know them well. They gave that heartbreak to my Greyhounds, and now a heartbreak to my Warriors, so it's personal now.
Well, the question is, now tell me about this Gulfport. Do they have the ability to throw the slant and the post? Because that's where Brandon looks really suspect on their defense. They're susceptible to giving up the passes in the middle of the field, between 10 and 20 yards down the field.
They sure do. I mean, Parker Nettles is an outstanding quarterback, and Gulfport has so many playmakers. Obviously, I talked about Cooper Crosby a ton just because he is the 3-star. He's the one that currently holds offers from State and Auburn, but they literally have guys all over the field that can throw. From what I saw I was only able to say the first half, 3 different guys scored, 2 receivers and Cooper. So, I mean, they're able to throw the thing all over the place, and they're pretty smart with stuff, too. Coach Pinnock has great game plans.
That would be the difference next week, Russ,
Yeah, I
is if Gulfport can throw the ball. Brandy can stop the run pretty well.
Yeah.
But if Gulfport can throw the ball, it'll be that's where they'll find success.
Well, it's going to be at Milner, and I'm sure that grass will be cut pretty thick. Right, Ainsley?
Hey, well, and another special note, this will be the last Gulfport game played at Milner Stadium.
That's right.
So, I mean,
That's right.
lots of special stuff that's about to happen on this Black Friday.
Woo, that's right, and it's Black Friday to boot?
Yeah.
Wow. If I were you, I'd get there real early, maybe 1:15.
Hey, I was there at 4:30 today, so don't
Wow.
test me.
Well, one that took it on the chin tonight was Pascagoula, but what a season they had.
Oh gosh, I love those guys. I mean, that group of seniors. When I go to their signing day in December, it might be 12 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they are outstanding. I'm excited because I mean, a good bit of them will be at the Mississippi Alabama All-Star game too. So I'm glad it's not the last time I'll be seeing them all together. But my heart definitely breaks, and of course, Coach Lewis, he got his 100th win this season. So just class acts all around.
And he's retiring.
Is he?
That's what we were told
That's
earlier.
what we were told earlier.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
There, we just gave you a scoop for this week.
Well, I had a intuition, like I mean, for all he's accomplished and for so long. I mean,
yeah, but he's a class act now.
Definitely. Oh, absolutely. I always look forward to our interviews. He always makes me leave feeling better.
Well, don't eat too much Thursday because you got a lot of work to do on Friday.
Absolutely. I got to mention my Poplarville Hornets as well and my Picayune Maroon Tide. I mean, we got 3 left, so I'm ready to watch them ride.
Ooh, that Picayune game is going to be something else. We're going to talk to Tommy Upton here in a little bit about those guys.
Last year, South State.
Yep. So it should. I tell you what, y'all having a great year down there in the coast.
I am so proud. I mean, these obviously people can see the stat lines, they can see the scores, but I mean, I know a lot of these guys personally, and really deserving kids out there.
I agree. Ainsley, thanks so much. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Thank you. You as well, and to the top.
All right.
You know, Russ.
Okay.
You know, Russ, I was thinking about something just as we've listened so far. We've really covered, we've got the North State group, which is what, Tupelo and Oxford.
Right.
And that is definitely north. And then a strong south and a few in the middle, but it's not crowded any one place. Sometimes, you know, the middle of the state can be so strong and you've got nobody from the north, nobody from the south. But as she says, there's still 3 teams left in the south. The north is pretty well done, though, right? It's already set, I guess it would be if it's in any other. Is there a 6A or 5A?
Well, I'll give you a quick rundown, and so you can listen once again. In 1A, these are all going to be the north and south state. 1A, you'll have Calhoun City at Biggersville in the north, Taylorsville at Simmons in the south.
It's going to be a tough game.
In 2A, Kemper County will be at East Webster. Mize will be at Heidelberg. 3A, you have Noxubee County at Winona, Seminary at Raleigh in the south. 4A is Kosciuszko at Louisville, and Poplarville at Columbia. 5A, Holmes County at West Point, and Laurel at Brookhaven. 6A, Ridgeland at Warren Central, and Picayune at Hattiesburg. And then the 7A, Brandon at Gulfport, and Oxford at Tupelo.
You know, that lineup that you just read, I mean, even if you didn't know anybody on these schools and you just loved high school football, you would want to go and drive to one of these games and buy a ticket, go in and watch it.
None of these are going to be blowouts next week.
No.
When I look at these matchups, there's nobody that's not supposed to be there that is there. These are not going to be any blowouts.
And, you know, we always talk about it on Friday Night on the Lights that this is the most fun week next week coming up for the whole year because it's semifinal and you're setting up the championship. We don't do a show on the championship week. So next week will be our last show. And there'll be some good teams
not going to the championship
That's
next
right.
week.
That's right. I mean, imagine in 6A, can you imagine? Ridgeland has never been there. Warren Central.
Been a while.
It's been a while. So, but one of those two teams is going to represent in the state championship game.
Yeah.
And then Picayune at Hattiesburg. I mean,
well, Picayune's been there.
Right.
Hattiesburg's been there.
Right. So that's going to be a phenomenal game.
Yes.
But as you said, one of those good teams is going to get left home.
That's right. So, that's why they play the games. And speaking of the games, we finally got in touch with Tommy Barnett.
We'll just have to wait till after this.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back. And, boy, you talk about a game coming up, J.A. and Hartfield tomorrow.
On paper, it's a mismatch.
They don't play the games on paper.
But Hartfield is going for a three-peat, and there's a reason why they're back in it this year.
Yeah, we're not.
Kind of whooped old Prep last week. Wasn't that right?
We will be back with Tommy Barnett, and I'll be gagging Mr. Flynn during the breaks. We'll take a time out. More Friday Night Under the Lights coming up in a moment.
Trusted by homeowners and businesses across the Southeast. Commercial roofing, reliable and durable solutions for your business. Residential roofing, protecting your home with quality craftsmanship. Metal walls, custom designs for a modern look. Emergency services, rapid response to protect your property.
After a recent hailstorm, I needed a total roof replacement. I chose Malone Roofing for the job. They delivered top-notch service, and my new roof looks great.
We started looking for roofers when we realized that we had leaks throughout our facilities in our district. What stood out to me about Malone Roofing was great customer service, a fine finished project, and great follow-up. I would definitely work with Malone Roofing again.
My project was a little more complicated than just needing a new roof. I decided that Malone would be who we needed to work with, that would do the best job for us. My experience working with Malone was wonderful.
Contact us today for a free inspection. Visit www.ecmalone.com or call 1-833-7-MALONE.
See your name and file your claim. Even the smallest counties in Mississippi usually have thousands of people whose names are on the unclaimed money list at the Mississippi State Treasury. That's right. Many counties even have tens of thousands of names listed, totaling tens of millions in unclaimed dollars. Since he's been state treasurer, David McRae has returned a record $80 million to Mississippians who've searched the list, found their names, and staked their claim. About 1 in 10 Mississippians have unclaimed money, and that's why you should check www.treasury.ms.gov or click on Unclaimed Money and search today. If you see your name, file your claim. If it's your money, Treasurer David McRae will get it back to you.
Mississippians love football, and our high schools in South Mississippi like Gulfport, Moss Point, and Ocean Springs stay connected with their students, parents, and community by live streaming events, including football through WSN Live. WSN Live provides your school with everything you need for professional and seamless live streams that are easy for students to run. And your fans can watch online from anywhere on any device. With WSN Live, your school gets the right gear, a rock-solid network, and game-time tech support. Learn more at WSNLive.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Under the Lights. Want to thank the folks at Mississippi Public Broadcasting. I mean, gosh, if we didn't have those towers all over the state, I mean, you got people traveling from the north and the south, especially next weekend.
Yeah, you can find this show clear as a bell anywhere in this state.
I tell people start to the left side of the dial and just hit scan, and they'll find the show.
It'll pop up.
It'll pop up. And we, a lot of folks depend on MPB for a lot of their programming, but especially for this show. We even got the man tonight. Java's with us tonight.
Hey, you get Java Chapman here. You've done something.
So we appreciate him. He has really helped us this year. Let's go to the telephones. Tommy Barnett, who told me 3 months ago he would be in this game, and you are.
We are, sir, and it should be a heck of a game. It's
rematch of, Jay played at Hartfield in week 4 of the season, and Jay won pretty comfortably, 41-22. But after the first quarter, Hartfield was up 7-0, and really Jay blew 2 scoring opportunities early in the game. And the second and third quarter, what kind of jump started it was a big pass play to Jaden Hollins, which was followed up by 3 and out and a punt return by Jaden Hollins. And through the second and third quarter, Jay outscored Hartfield without looking at stats, Russ. I think it was like 38-15.
Wow.
And that's where the big difference was. Of course, like we've seen all year, the difference that night was Jay defense. Caused 4 turnovers, 4 fumbles. Ethan and Elliott actually played pretty well. He was 16 of, I think, 20 or 22 with almost 200 yards. Of course, the big thing is Braylon Womack. And, we played Hartfield with a full squad.
Yeah.
Braylon, I think, touched the ball 8 or 9 times, Russ, and he ended up with 120 total yards. But he didn't have any touchdowns, and he really was only limited to 2 big chunk plays. And, that's the thing. I think I hadn't really watched much of y'all's film last week, but from what I hear, I think they are kind of designing him more to the Wildcat package.
Yeah.
Which is kind of smart. I mean, usually you want number 2 touching the ball as much as he can.
Yeah.
Well, they had the Hartfield last week had 417 rushing yards.
I would have never told you that.
And then Tommy, it was that first game, because I did a piece on that for the Northside Sun this week. You guys caused JA, as I like to call them right now, the University of Jackson Academy, forced 7 fumbles and recovered 4 of them. And then you had the big punt return for a touchdown. So it was a lot of great hard-nosed football that JA played that first time around against this what is becoming a scrappy Hartfield team.
Yeah. The thing is, Coach Duggan, his second full year at the helm, where he hangs his hat, guys, was on defense. That's what he's always coached.
Yep.
I always call him the mad scientist. He's so good with the defense, and they were very active last week in the backfield against Imari. I think I told Russ last week, Imari rushed the ball 19 times last Friday night against Jay for 18 yards.
Wow.
And if you're doing math at home, I can help you. That's not very good.
Well, when you're trying to run up against 2 University of Tennessee guys that are
the pickings is slim.
Yeah, you can't get through T.J. White there. And
well, we'll tell you what, Tommy, it should be a slobber knocker. It should be wide open. It'll be a game at Mississippi College. We're going to cut you loose. We got to get to some other callers, but we won't. And we want you to call us next week after the game this weekend. And wrap it up for us. But enjoy your Thanksgiving, my friend, and then enjoy tomorrow night.
Appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
All righty. All right. We've got something special going on. We've been talking about Pedal Panthers all year, and I've kind of thrown my grandson out there. He's 6 years old. He plays for the Mighty Mites.
And he's already been assigned to the Ms. Al game in 2035, I think, right?
That's right. Coach Bo, who is coaching this team, and they're going to play at Southern Mississippi tomorrow, joins us on the air right now. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just nervous, just happy for these kids.
Let me ask you something, Coach. How long did it take for them to really understand what you were talking about?
I'm still not sure they understand. But, it's like herding cats, but hey, they've really grown this whole year. Like I say, if you'd seen us the first week, I would have never thought I would have been able to field a team. But it's been an awesome experience teaching these young boys the game of football and get them to love the sport that I grown to love.
Yep.
And that's the whole point of this whole thing.
Well, I asked Hastings one day. I said, how'd you do yesterday, Hastings? He goes, I got 4 pancakes, Papa. So he's understanding that much of the game.
I just love youth football.
Yeah,
youth football it's where it's so pure.
Yep,
and the kids are just playing because they love playing the game, and they're just playing.
Now you're playing at Southern tomorrow. Are you playing 100-yard field?
No. Yes, a full 100-yard field. Just like a normal game.
Wow.
Of course, we have. I mean, it's no field goals. It's all 2-point conversions.
Right.
Just basic. There's no in this age group. There's no blitzing. You can't line up over the center, stuff like that. So kids are just. I mean, you're just lining up, playing the normal basic football.
Well,
that's like child abuse to make a kid run 90 yards for a touchdown. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I've got some kids that do the 100 yards like it's no problem.
I've seen them.
Hopefully you get to see that tomorrow.
I saw it.
I don't think Hastings is going to be chasing anybody down from a 50-yard run.
He won't be catching anyone from behind.
No, I don't believe so. But like I say, he does get a little bit of running at practice though. He gets around.
Well, I tell you, this is a pretty big deal. Our producer Chris Action and I are coming down tomorrow. People are going to be able to watch this game on FridayNightUnderTheLights.com, Apple TV, YouTube, Roku, Fire Stick, Facebook. I mean, it's going to be everywhere. And we're going to come down. I'm going to call the game. And
what time is it at?
It's 12:30, isn't it, Coach?
Yes, sir. That's correct. Pedal is actually going to bus us over. We're going to probably pull into the stadium on a bus like a high school team.
Wow.
That normally ain't how you do it as a youth league, but it's a big deal for these kids. They're going to get to experience what me personally never got to be on the field as a football player at Southern Miss. So these kids are going to get to experience something I've never got to experience.
Yeah.
So it's going to be special.
Coach, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for staying up. Well, you're going to stay up the rest of the night anyway, so I guess that's not a big deal.
Like I say, I'm just an old father that likes to want to teach these kids something. You've had all these big time coaches calling in, and I'm nowhere near that. I'm just here, trying to teach the basics and the love of the game. So,
well, good enough.
We enjoy it
appreciate
tomorrow,
y'all doing this for us, by the way. I appreciate.
Well,
this needs to be put out there and let these kids be seen and let them have some fun.
I totally agree, Coach. Have a good game tomorrow. We'll see you down there at the Rock.
All right, go Panthers.
Okay.
You need to make that pay-per-view.
I missed an opportunity.
You did
on
miss
that.
an opportunity.
All right, we're going to get to Harold, but we need to get to Tommy first. Tommy Upton, who as voice of the Maroon Tide Picayune. Boy, do you have a big one coming up next week, but let's talk about tonight.
Yeah, big win for the Tide tonight, Russ. Really, kind of pulling away, running clock at the end of the third quarter, and of course the whole fourth quarter. Tide wins at 52-20. It really never was any doubt. It was really right out of the gates. Thought it was going to be a shootout. Tide scores first. Hancock gets the ball back, and Tide scores on one play. Hancock gets the ball back. They drive down the field and score. Tide goes one play, 97 yards, 14-7. And after that, never really looked back. Junior Zay Dennis had unofficially 5 touchdowns and 348 yards in the first half.
Goodness gracious.
I've never heard of that. Well, we heard tonight that Ty Keys had 7 touchdowns and 400 and some yards, but that was a whole game.
Yeah, and as my grandpa said, it would have been worse than that, but they called back a 92-yard run on a holding penalty. And so it would have been over 400 and some yards. So, yeah, Tide really just absolutely dominated. To call out a few names. Of course, we had Mr. Football in 6A is on the Tide this year, right? Mitchell Smith. He is a Vanderbilt commit on the offensive and defensive line. He, along with Nolan Wilson, who is a Alabama commit, really just dominated both sides of the ball tonight. They played both ways most of the game. Nolan Wilson had 3 sacks, about 5, I believe, tackles for loss. He just really was all over Tyson Canan and just did not give him time to do anything. I tell you what, hats off to that kid. If you hadn't heard about him from Hancock, he is a ball player. He has about 90% of their offense. Threw the ball for over 200 yards, and then I haven't seen his official numbers tonight, but first time we played, he threw for 260 and ran for just over 100. So he is a true, dual threat quarterback. but the Tide really keyed on him tonight, and he struggled in the second half to get anything going. So big win for the Tide.
Well, it should be a pretty good test as you play Hattiesburg next week, and you got to go up to Hattiesburg.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play football. So it really is. Other than Laurel, it's in my mind one of the worst places in the South to go and play for an opposing team. It's just a really, really bad place to go. And of course, we got a bad taste in their mouth. They came down to our place last year and beat us in South State to go to the state championship. Of course, they had a receiver. He was like 8'12", and he just went over the top of. They could just throw anytime they wanted 5 yards. They just threw the ball to him, and he would step on 4 people and score. So,
isn't 8'12" kind of like 9 feet?
Yeah. Well, I think he was 12'3", really. If you really want to lay him down.
Wow.
He was just running through.
That should be a good one. We're going to shift you back to the 10 o'clock hour next week. So appreciate you staying back up with us tonight. Congratulations on the win. And will be a humdinger of a game. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, my friend, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks, Russ. Roll Tide.
Tommy Upton with us here, and we're going to step away, take a break. Crazy Eights is coming up. Harold, we still got to talk to Harold. And J.C. Fox and Barry Caston will have the Crazy Eights. Made possible tonight by Cricket Wireless. It's the holidays, which means it's cricket. Smile. You're on Cricket. We'll be back. Mississippi football families, have you thought about how you're going to tackle student loan debt? Don't do it on your own. Pass the ball to State Treasurer David McRae and his College Savings Mississippi team today. With College Savings Mississippi, you can lock in today's tuition rate, prepay college, and avoid student loan debt altogether. Don't let your finances get sacked because you didn't invest in your child's education. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more today.
At Mississippi Public Broadcasting, we tell local stories that matter. Educational and entertaining television, radio, news, and podcasts. We have something for everyone. So tune in and enjoy all we have to offer. Every day, MPB, your stories, our mission.
Commercial roofing, reliable and durable solutions for your business. Residential roofing, protecting your home with quality craftsmanship. Metal walls, custom designs for a modern look. Emergency services, rapid response to protect your property.
After a recent hailstorm, I needed a total roof replacement. I chose Malone Roofing for the job, and my new roof looks great.
Contact us today for a free inspection. Visit www.ecmalone.com or call 1-833-7-MALONE.
Radio. Mississippi is our mission.
Welcome back to Friday night under the lights. It's 11:30, and it means we're going to have Crazy Eights, but we're gonna JC Fox jumping up and down over here. He's got a great report. We're gonna get to JC, but
I don't know about that Ohio State shirt he's wearing though.
I do. I think I like it. Let's talk to Harold, who has been our Pedal Panther man all year long, but your year ended tonight, my friend.
Yeah, it did, Russ. It ended tonight, but I'm going to tell you something. I've got a great community to work for a great football program that's working for Marcus Bowles and the Pedal Panthers, and I send it all out to them, and I'm proud of every one of them, especially Matt Dillon and Robert Knight and Tyler Watkins. But, guys, yeah, it come to an end tonight. at the hands of a good ball club. I'm telling you, Gulfport is good. The Jake's got they're gonna have a good game down there next week.
Yep.
I don't know what Gulfport's team's gonna show up. I don't know what Brandon's gonna show up, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be 4 quarters of hard ball football for the South State Championship to go up against Tupelo.
I totally agree that you couldn't put it any better. Did you hear the announcement that we're carrying a pedal Mighty Tights football game tomorrow?
I'm telling you, my friend, it is good to hear your grandson's going to be playing at M.M. Roberts Stadium for those Settle Dynamites. I'm wishing them 100%. It's like I wish I could be there, but I got to work tomorrow night, so I'm not going to know. I planned on being there, but I've got things that I got to do, buddy. But,
take your phone because you'll be able to see it on your phone.
Okay, I'll be checking it, and I'm going to tell you something, my friend, too. It has been a wonderful year to work with you two guys, George, and everybody, and I hope I can keep on talking to y'all in the coming years.
You're on the list always, Harold. There's always room for you. Thank you for making this a part of your Friday night. We got to cut to the Crazy Eights, but we'll be seeing you really soon. Have your great Thanksgiving, my friend.
Hey, you have a good Thanksgiving and everything, and guys, talk to y'all next year at this same time.
Sounds good. Thank you, Harold. All right. Crazy Eights time made possible tonight by Cricket Wireless and the man to my left here, J.C. Fox and Barry Caston. You guys have had a busy couple of days.
Oh, yeah. It started with Wednesday night football, and then the second championship game was this morning. It seems like it was so long ago. It was only this morning. But in the first game, that was between Humphreys, who we visited a couple times, and then River Oaks. Barry was there last week. River Oaks defeated Humphreys 22-8. Humphreys came out very good football, classic Humphreys football. They jumped out to an early 8-0 lead, but the speed of River Oaks proved to be too much. But for Humphreys, their quarterback, Steele Taylor, who's been excellent all year, he did have some injury problems in the middle of the season, but he really got banged around in the first half. He was barely able to walk to the locker room at halftime.
Wow.
He came out and played a good chunk of the second half and just pushed through it. He is one tough football player. And then for River Oaks, I mean, they're speedy. They use all 100 yards of that field to their advantage, and their quarterback, Andrew Robinson, is a sophomore, but he is good. And then they have a couple of older guys, John David Green, who's a running back, also linebacker, as well as Caden Vandergerg, who came up huge for them. He had 9 tackles. So River Oaks able to go undefeated this year and win a state championship.
Wow.
What was the final score?
The final score was 22-8.
22-8.
All right. All right, what else you got?
And then the second game, the one this morning, was between DeSoto and Tallulah. DeSoto had won 2 state championships in a row and 3 of the last 4. So this is their 5th straight year in the championship game. And they made it 3 in a row with a win over Tallulah this morning. The final score 34-12. And Tallulah came out and looked really, really good. Now, defensively, DeSoto scored on the first play of the game. It's a 53-yard run to the outside. It was weird. Matthew Gregory, who played quarterback, but he did not throw a pass.
Oh, the whole game?
The whole game. He didn't throw a pass, but he played quarterback for about 75% of the snaps for DeSoto. He just ran to the outside. No one was there, beat everyone. And this game was really interesting because it showcased some of the weird things that can happen in 8-man football. Like DeSoto ran a formation where the center is an eligible receiver.
But they weren't going to throw it.
Well, they were going to throw it to the center on that play.
Oh, okay.
But Tallulah did a great job defending it.
Okay.
So that didn't catch them off guard. But they did a lot of weird stuff that if Barry was here, he'd be able to explain it a lot better than I could. It's still confusing me. But Matthew Gregory, he had 150 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and then on the defensive side, he had 6 tackles. So he was all over the place tonight for DeSoto. And then for Tallulah, I mean, it's the same stuff we've seen from Tallulah the past 3 weeks that I've gone and watched them. They just run the ball. And I talked to their coach, Ryan Williams, after the game. And
I like him.
His kids gave it to DeSoto for 4 quarters of football. I mean, they've made it to the state championship 5 years in a row.
Yep.
Sam Pearson has an excellent program up there in West Helena, Arkansas. And although from what I've heard, it was weird this year because only 4 seniors for DeSoto, and they've relied a lot on upperclassmen the past couple years. So this was supposed to be their rebuilding year.
Not bad.
But that experience that they have in the DeSoto way just proved too much.
All right, we got a report from Barry. All right.
I'm here with number 44, Cade for River Oaks. How do you feel right now?
Oh, man, I feel so many emotions. I'm excited. I'm just so happy. You know, it's good to see everybody here, you know, players, friends, coaches, family, everything. It's just a great moment.
You have a huge group of seniors, as I just saw the picture of y'all taking right there. What does it mean to win it with this group of guys that you've been going to school with for so long?
This group is special, you know. We're all so different, but we're all like family, man. We everything we've gone through this season, we've gone through it together, and it feels good to know that it all worked out.
Congratulations on the win, and, man, great job on the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just now catching you after the Gatorade bath. Coach, congratulations. You told me last week media guys like to talk about last year, coaches like to talk about this year. So now we can talk about this year. How do you love how your team has capped off this great season right now?
First, I just want to say we beat a great football team. That Humphreys team is loaded with talent, whole lot of fight in them, well coached. To come in here and do this tonight against a team like that was pretty awesome. And just proud of the boys, the resilience that we showed, the halftime adjustments we made, you know, the fight that we had all night. So can't say enough about our kids and our coaches.
What was the message going tied up into halftime after the huge play from Byron Price and Andrew Robinson right there to tie you up? What was the mindset and the message going into halftime?
Our kids believe in our coaches, and our coaches believe in our kids, and we're a second-half ball club, and we showed that tonight.
Yes, sir. Once again, congratulations on the season and for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Matthew Gregory from DeSoto. Matthew, you guys just won another state championship. How you feel about that?
Man, it feels pretty good. We put all the hard work into it, and all of it paid off from our coaches and our teammates, and we couldn't have done it without our football coach, Sam Pearson, all the hard work we put in to get to this moment, and our losses and our ups and downs. That's where we are now is how we got here right now. We had a tough fight, but we came out second half and responded, did some stuff on defense, and we put up some more touchdowns. We got the ball moving. We stopped them on defense. And I'm going to give props to all my teammates and all my coaches.
One of the more experienced players on this team, you showed yourself to be a leader, especially today. How has that influenced your guys' team this year?
Well, it's helped us a lot because I couldn't have done it without him. I ain't going to take no credit. If it wasn't for my linemen and my other people doing what they weren't supposed to, I wouldn't be that good. So props to my linemen and my coaches.
Congratulations, you're state champion once again.
Yes, sir. Go Birds.
Coach Pearson, first of all, congratulations. All this talk that we've been having about the past and about how that will affect today's success. Well, today, y'all have had success for the 3rd straight year in the state championship game. What does this day and what does this season have meant to you?
Challenge to the players with everything that you say. The focus this year is to treat, the Bible says life is like a vapor. And even today, that's still the message. Today is a vapor. You won't ever get these moments back. You may get something like it back, but you won't have this moment back. So breathe it in, take a deep breath and hold it. And these beautiful moments like this, you might have some more, but you won't have these again. And so go out there like you're trying to build a legacy of your own. Don't rest on write your own story. Don't rest on the laurels of what somebody else did in some other year. You write your own story today. So they went out and wrote their own chapter of the story today.
Yes, sir. Back and forth early in the game, you know, going into halftime, y'all have the 4-point lead. What's the message to the kids at halftime?
Just our nerves got to us. I think scoring so quick made us think, oh, we don't have to do nothing now. And then when the adversity hit, we didn't respond like we should. And once we got to halftime and we're like, okay, why do we look like we're behind 50 points? You know, all we got to do is our job. If everybody will go out, make these adjustments, and do our job, we'll be okay.
Yes, sir. You can't ask for a better first play than what y'all started out with, and the GT was working for y'all all day long.
We built our program on the GT. It's called John Deere Green.
We all run it to perfection, and I know personally from having it, done to my teams as well too. So, but Coach, congratulations on not just this year and today, but on a great legacy that you've made here at DeSoto, and look forward to things to come down the line.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, that's the excitement that you hear from the fans and the players. It's you just lost in the fact that there's only 8 guys out there facing another 8 guys. You came down from the north very quickly, whereas rubber gets break. How did you enjoy watching 8-man football this year?
It was awesome. The best thing ever. I'm so glad I was able to cover it, and the state championships were awesome this week.
We've had people say you're going to have to expand this segment next year because we can't get everything in 15 minutes. JC, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for all you did for Friday Night Under the Lights. One of the best interns we've ever had, you and Barry Booth. You'll both be back next year. You're not planning on flunking out of school, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Yeah. Because that comes first.
We will take a timeout. Brandon Shields will take us to the house when we return.
See your name and file your claim. Even the smallest counties in Mississippi usually have thousands of people whose names are on the unclaimed money list at the Mississippi State Treasury. That's right. Many counties even have tens of thousands of names listed, totaling tens of millions in unclaimed dollars. Since he's been state treasurer, David McRae has returned a record $80 million to Mississippians who've searched the list, found their names, and staked their claim. About 1 in 10 Mississippians have unclaimed money, and that's why you should check www.treasury.ms.gov or click on Unclaimed Money and search today. If you see your name, file your claim. If it's your money, Treasurer David McRae will get it back to you.
Commercial roofing, reliable and durable solutions for your business. Residential roofing, protecting your home with quality craftsmanship. Metal walls, custom designs for a modern look. Emergency services, rapid response to protect your property.
After a recent hailstorm, I needed a total roof replacement. I chose Malone Roofing for the job, and my new roof looks great.
Contact us today for a free inspection. Visit www.ecmalone.com or call 1-833-7-MALONE.
Support for MPB comes from MDOT. MDOT has the playbook on the road to game day. The MDOT Traffic mobile app is available in the App Store or Google Play. There's more information at mdot.ms.gov.
Welcome back. The last segment of Friday Night Under the Lights on this 13th week. Next week will be our last show. And then the following week, you'll have the state championships, and that's when Jared Schatz and his crew go to work. And you'll hear those games on MPB Think Radio. All of them. All the games you'll hear. And so if you're as busy as I am, and like I'm sure everybody else is, you'll be glad to know that you can just flip it on MPB station somewhere and be able to hear the games, the state championship games. But next week, one of the most fun weeks of the year for us is semifinal week. And so we're going to have some humdinger of ball games next week. And there'll be, like you said earlier, there'll be some great teams that won't make it to the championship game. And that's what makes next week so fun. Joining us now, as he has all year long in this slot, is Brandon Shields, and Brandon joins us now. Brandon, where were you tonight?
I was in Kosciuszko tonight.
I am so glad because we haven't had a report on Kosciuszko, and apparently this is a pretty good Whippet team. Tell me about the Whippets.
Yeah, Kosciuszko, I mean, we've known this, or I've known this all year. They're good. They're a physical football team. They're very good defensively. They get after it on defense. They run the ball really well. They're very balanced offense. They're not really one-dimensional. But tonight they ran the ball, played good defense, and I've been doing this long enough to where to figure out where if you can run the ball, play good defense, you have a pretty darn good chance to win the playoffs.
Yep, you're right.
That's exactly what happened tonight.
Give us a score and who they beat so that folks listening, will know.
Oh, sorry. Kosciuszko beat Carnes 14-3. It was a good one. For Carnes, I mean, they just couldn't get going on offense at all. I mean, had 37 yards offense, 3 first downs.
On the whole game? For the whole game?
Yeah, whole game. Quarterback was sacked 4 times. So, yeah, just a lot of negative plays. And Carnes is a wing T team. And just like a lot of these wing T teams, if they're behind the chains in third and long a lot, which they were a lot tonight, it puts them in a bind and puts them out of the rhythm, and that's exactly what happened. And Kosciuszko's defense is good. So, and they get now Kosciuszko goes to Louisville for North State 4A next week. Louisville won that instant classic in the regular season.
Yeah.
By 5 points. So yeah, I'll be one of the 14 games. They're all good ones now. So
well, hey Brandon, it's Greg Flynn here. I think the only shocker we had tonight, that in looking over it, I think was the Brandon Bulldogs and making up a 12-point deficit in the fourth quarter, and they're going to go down to Gulfport next weekend for the South State. That I think was a big surprise, and they're just putting it together since Lance Bogue left them.
I mean, yeah, they've been good defensively all year. It's just offensively, can they finally get in rhythm? Can they finally score points? Because their defense is going to keep them in the game, and that's without question. It's just offensively, can they finally, sustain drives and put points on the board? Because that's been their thorn in their side basically all year.
What do you think about Gulfport?
Gulfport, man, they're rolling. I mean, Cooper Crosby, running back, very underrated. He runs hard, man. They play really. They're one of those, and then Patrick Nettles, the quarterback, he runs the offense real well. He's a senior this year. He's committed to East Mississippi Community College. He runs their offense real well. Blake Pennick, heck of a coach.
Oh yeah.
So, I think this is Gulfport's first time back in South State since like the mid 2000s.
It was 1999.
1999. That's right. So it's been a while, and and Brandon's got to go back down there. It should be a good one.
I'm interested to see if in the other half of that, I'm interested to see if Oxford can give Tupelo a game.
Me too.
You think so, Brandon?
Well, here's one thing. With Braylon Williams back at quarterback for Tupelo, that's really going to – because Oxford tonight, and then when they play Germantown, if they play a quarterback that can extend plays, it kind of gives them problems. And with Braylon back at quarterback for Tupelo, that's going to obviously give them an upper hand, especially with that defense on the other side. But Oxford, Kiffin's basically the same way. It's about the same way. They can kind of extend plays. They're a big play offense. So that's one thing they kind of lean on more than Tupelo does is explosive plays in the passing game. Whereas Tupelo is just going to run at you with JJ and Kyle and Bobo. So yeah.
What time is the Egg Bowl on Friday?
I don't know. Brandon would know.
Brandon, do you know what time the Egg Bowl is? Is Lane Kiffin going to be able to make it to see Knox play in this Knox Kiffin play in this playoff game?
It's at 11 a.m., so I would think so.
Yeah, he can make it to Tupelo. Yeah,
he could. He got a jet.
Well, his last parting shot before he zips on off to Baton Rouge. I mean, that's why
We're
not?
not gonna go there. All right, Brandon. So you've got a Louisville team that is just tradition rich, playing a Kosciuszko team that, gosh, I can't remember. I was trying to think about it the other day. The last time I think that they had a really good season, the Harmon boys were there, and that goes way back.
2007 was the last time they played for North Half. They were 3A then. So they played Noxubee for 3A North Half.
Noxubee beat them.
Noxubee beat them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember that. Well, look, you sound like you're headed back.
Yeah, I'm in Flowood now, so I'm making great timing.
Well,
It's amazing. There's no traffic out this time of night, right?
It's real easy to get home. That's right.
Lakeland Drive is. I mean, I'm hitting all these red. I'm getting all the green lights. I mean, this is fantastic. Lakeland was this great all the time.
Yeah.
Well, they knew you were coming, so
That's right.
Flowood PD just was clicking the lights when you were coming by.
Brandon, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you next Friday night because it's the most fun week for Friday Night Under the Lights of the year. Because it's the semifinals, and you just don't know what's going to happen next Friday. So you enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you next Friday.
Yeah, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
All righty. Thank you. Brandon Shields wrapping it up for us tonight. And, big thanks to Jack tonight. He got a lot of your son, got a lot of these scores for us, and to Will the Thrill, to Chris Saxon, who produced these sheets, all the fancy colors.
Jack, pop around here put your hat on. Your hair's awful.
This is who has been helping us in studio. There he is. So there's the four of us tonight. JC are you going to Michigan tomorrow?
Yes.
You're not driving.
No, I'm flying.
Okay.
I don't want to drive 18 hours tomorrow.
So wait a minute, you live in Michigan?
Yes.
But you're wearing an Ohio State shirt.
Yes, I am.
Is that normal?
No.
To me, it is.
So you got the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. They play Saturday.
They play next Saturday.
After
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah, all these they saved those big rivalries for that last weekend.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe the Wolverines could come up and pop the Buckeyes. You never know.
They've done it before. So, but I'll tell you, Ohio State's loaded. So we'll have to see.
Maybe Texas can beat Texas A&M.
No.
You don't know. Mississippi State could beat Ole Miss. I mean, so rivalry games, you got to throw it out the window most of the time.
Well, there's a lot of good games left. You're right. The Egg Bowl's going to be good.
Yeah.
And the weather's going to be great.
I mean, you have Mississippi State trying to knock Ole Miss out of the college football playoff.
Yeah. They got a lot to play for.
They do.
Listen, when I went to the game and I saw the ball twirling in the air and get blown back on a field goal.
The hand of God at Memorial Stadium downtown Jackson.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And so, hey, want to thank everybody for listening tonight, for participating in the show. Big thanks to Java Chapman for producing tonight from MPB, and Chris Saxon producing for Friday Night Under the Lights, and Ty Bailey on the phone making sure everybody gets on the air, for Greg Flynn's filling in for George Broadstreet, and Greg will join me for the All-Star Games here in a couple of weeks. J.C. Fox and Barry Caston and all of our crew here want to wish you a great and happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. We'll see you next Friday night.
Hello, Mississippi. Did you know that the average student graduates college with $30,000 worth of debt? That amount of debt can delay major life milestones, including getting married, buying a home, and starting a family. But don't worry, we've got some good news for you tonight. College Savings Mississippi and Treasurer David McRae can help you reduce or eliminate that debt. Their plans are flexible and affordable. Start saving for as little as $25 today. Visit treasury.ms.gov/college savings to learn more. 1 in 10 Mississippians has unclaimed money awaiting claim at the state treasury. There's literally hundreds of millions of dollars waiting to be united with the rightful owner. At www.treasury.ms.gov to search. You'll see your name and stake your claim by following these instructions. You'll be asked for some basic ID like a copy of your license or a government-issued ID, then hit send. Treasurer David McRae has a dedicated unclaimed money team awaiting your claim, ready to return your money. Don't wait. Look for your name and stake your claim today. www.treasury.ms.gov.
Trusted by homeowners and businesses across the Southeast. Commercial roofing, reliable and durable solutions for your business. Residential roofing, protecting your home with quality craftsmanship. Metal walls, custom designs for a modern look. Emergency services, rapid response to protect your property.
After a recent hailstorm, I needed a total roof replacement. I chose Malone Roofing for the job. They delivered top-notch service, and my new roof looks great.
We started looking for roofers when we realized that we had leaks throughout our facilities in our district. What stood out to me about Malone Roofing was great customer service, a fine finished project, and great follow-up. I would definitely work with Malone Roofing again.
My project was a little more complicated than just needing a new roof. I decided that Malone would be who we needed to work with, that would do the best job for us. My experience working with Malone was wonderful.
Contact us today for a free inspection. Visit www.ecmalone.com or call 1-833-7-MALONE.